Hello everyone, and welcome to Fallout Frozen Atom, a Winter of Atom actual play using the rules and adventure by Modiphius Entertainment. My name is ELH the Game Master, and I am joined by a stellar cast of individuals who will meet right now, starting with Saxy Guitar.
Hey, I'm Saxy Guitar. I totally am not doing math right now to plan out things I might be crafting later in this adventure. Uh, Thank you for being here.
What are you playing?
It's leisure math, so it doesn't count.
What are you playing? Saxy, who you playing?
Sorry, I forgot. Who am I playing? I'm playing Professor Clayman in this adventure.
It's one of them synth glitches. It happens.
Yeah, there you go.
I can be anyone I want to be.
Yeah. Profess, Hex, you're up next.
Hey, I'm Hex, here again, despite many complaints and letters. I'm once again playing Mr. Chapek, the perfectly normal businessman, and his friend, the Mr. Handy Valet Bigelow.
All right, and last but not least, Mukis.
Hey, I'm Yuki's. And yes, that is my cat. You sometimes hear meowing in the background. And I play Raging Kate, who has just leveled up with the Barbarian perk and a lockpicking skill point. For no particular reason, lockpicking.
Almost like the GM heavily insinuated that lockpicking may be very important moving forward. Anyway, let's get that intro going and we'll get started. And welcome back. So, where we last left off, the intrepid Wastelanders had received a message via the Commonwealth Baseball Courier Systems. Message stat at the crack of the bat. Yeah, it's a joke that I made that was a Monty Python reference, and now it's an actual thing. If you ever want to get a message to anyone in the Commonwealth, use the Commonwealth Baseball Courier System. It just works. Anyway, you all
partially
acquired...
fatal.
Yeah. Anyway, you all acquired a message from Mayor McDonough back in Diamond City. He wanted to speak with you for some reason. So you all left Big Top after basically giving them much needed supplies and giving them a very good reason not to side with the last son of Adam. And you all have arrived in Diamond City. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say that you've skipped up to his office because what happens in the quote-unquote quest dialogue might affect what you want to do in Diamond City. So again, you are in kind of that VIP skybox, whatever it's actually called, of the baseball stadium. Mayor McDonough is seated at his desk, but when you come in, he actually stands up and shakes each of your hand, though he does pause at Mr. Chopek, and he goes, "Yeah, I hope you don't mind me saying so. You look quite different than I remember, Brother Hugh."
Oh, I see the mistake you've made. It's rather humorous. No, you see, I am not Brother Hugh. I am a new addition to this motley crew. I am Mr. Chapek.
Ah, well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Mayor McDonough. Pleasure. What, if I might be so bold, what did happen to Brother Hugh?
He got concerned about his own sect of the children of Adam and wanted to go make sure they were all okay.
A very commendable sort of affectation of his. But it's interesting that you mentioned the children of Adam because you might be dealing with them if you want to do this job for me. And he goes over to his desk and he pulls out a map of the Commonwealth, but it's not like the stereotypical like top down or in the Pip-Boy. It's actually what looks to be a sewer map. And he shows it to each of you, and if you want to take a closer look, you can.
I will
But the
absolutely
mayor, the mayor goes on to say, to avoid traveling through the deadly winter storms and the terrible weather we've been experiencing, the Minutemen have proposed using the sewers beneath Boston so that we can run supply caravans between settlements. And as you can see on the map, there are sewers that run pretty much everywhere within Boston. Now, the problem is that the sewers are very dangerous. There's ghouls down there, there's a ton of radiation, and there's other hazards. And it's not just us at Diamond City trying to clear out the sewer to, kind of make the areas safe and make so we have a place to run supply caravans between. But let's just say that if you help Diamond City, you help the entire Commonwealth, if you get my drift.
Well, of course, your proposal sounds perfectly reasonable, but I must admit that with my joining this particular band of intrepid adventurers, I must insist that there be some compensation for us of a considerable percentage.
You know, I like this one, straight and to the point. You've done a good thing picking this one up. Not to worry, not to worry. Goes over to a drawer of his desk and pulls out a small coin purse. Well, maybe not so small, but he hands it to Mr. Chopek. You will find that there are 250 caps in that wallet there. I'm giving that to you up front, and if you complete the job, I'll give you another 250. And he looks around, doesn't seem any of y'all have a Pip-Boy, so talk to one of the gods on the way out, and I'll give you a Geiger counter on the house, too.
Ooh.
I'd like to see if I can judge just based on weight, because I'm a normal human being.
Mm-hmm.
If there are actually 250 caps in here.
Sure, let's maybe get you a little momentum here. If you could give me let's call this an intelligence, and I guess this would be survival? Maybe intelligence and barter would be a better roll.
I'd prefer barter, sure.
Yeah, let's do intelligence and barter.
You're good at barter. You know how you hold money often.
I do, yes. Let's see. Yep.
Oh, difficulty of 0. Just free AP on the table.
Right. Okay. 2 dice. Tagged skill. Here we go.
All right, 2 successes, 2 momentum. Yeah, there might even be 251 caps in there.
Oh, a little bonus.
Yeah.
He'll kind of do that thing where he just lifts it up and down a few times. Ah, you're very precise, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I must admit I don't do the counting myself, but I do trust my people.
That's important.
Give my compliments to the money chef.
Ah, that must be what. I must admit I've been trying to place your accent. If I might be so bold, are you from Texas?
That is a common misconception. Actually, I am not from Texas. You see, I am from Southern California.
Ah, Southern California. Ain't that where they have that weird flag with a 2-headed bear on it?
No, absolutely not. Once again, you are mistaken. I'm not sure where you're getting your information.
I've been to there. There is actually a flag with 2 bears.
Perhaps we are talking about 2 different Southern Californias.
Well, I'm sure
I
it's
apologize. I'm thinking of Colorado.
Common misconception.
I'm sure it's just a common misconception, as the good Mr. Chopek said.
Yes, I'm sure that's all it is.
But before y'all go, I just want to make the job abundantly clear, just so that we all know. And he explains this, but I'm going to explain it out of character so it's very clear. So your job is to go into the sewer, to clear out any radiation or anything that might be affecting a trade route. And that means that you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of radiation. So this is my above table hint that you're going to want to either have protection or a way to deal with radiation.
Unnecessary. We'll
I
just
wonder
soak it
why.
up.
But as the
We've
mayor
already
explains,
got a scent on our team.
yeah, it's almost like we have a scent. As the mayor explains all that, he ends by saying, "Now that's why I'm giving y'all the Geiger counter. but I can't really provide any right-of-way or anything else. Supplies of that are very limited at the moment.
A trade route would be useful in this time.
Mr. Mayor, I must inquire, are you not at all worried that the goods and services being brought to you through this sewer channel would inevitably be tainted with the smell of poo gas?
You know, I hadn't really considered that, but I figure it's been, 200 years since the bombs dropped? If there's still shit down there, I guess we'll just have to deal with it.
If there is one thing I know, Mr. Mayor, it is that shit endures.
The mayor tries very hard not to crack a smile. But whenever y'all are ready, and he actually pulls out a map of the Commonwealth this time, and he shows you a Red Rocket gas station just to the south of Diamond City. Easy walk, no travel time required. The entry point is underneath this Red Rocket gas station. There are some Minutemen guarding the entrance to make sure nothing comes out, but once you're down there, you're on your own.
Okay.
If we, by chance, encounter any unusual citizens living inside the sewer complex, what are we to do with them in your estimation?
Well, I mean, that is going to be your judgment call. If you think they will contribute to the successful caravan between point A and point B of settlements, you can leave them alone, but if you judge that they might be a hindrance, or otherwise a, how do you say it in California? If they are
I understand. You mean a bummer.
Perhaps? He looks very confused.
If they are being very uncool dudes.
Ah, yes, I remember the word. Tubular. Tubular is the word I wanted.
Yes, of course.
But if you find that they are not very tubular people, you are free to deal with them as you see fit.
Very well. Bigelow, would you please commit this map to your memory?
Don't worry, boss. I already got it all written up right here. And he produces a bit of parchment. If you could sign this for us, Mayor, that would be much appreciated. Mayor looks at it.
I very much recommend just start signing. Don't read it. Don't read it.
It would take valuable time out of your busy mayoral schedule.
Time is money.
Y'all make an excellent point. And he just signs it. Doesn't even look at it. Just signs it.
Do we own Diamond City now?
We own Diamond City now.
To be clear, though, I am going to give you something because the mayor did just blindly sign it. You're not going to get 250 caps on completion. You will get now 400.
Excellent.
Perfect.
That's what you get. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Fine print.
This is more proof that I should have been angry at Kate for just blindly signing that paperwork last game.
Mine was much longer, so who knows what surprises are in store.
You'll find out in the season finale.
If we make it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
anything else we need for the mayor or mayor? Anything else you need from us?
No, I think that's pretty straightforward. If you do have any questions, you can either ask me now or you can ask one of my gods and they'll get the message to me and then I'll use the baseball courier system to get you an answer.
Perfect. I still am shocked that that's a thing.
That's actually a very recent invention of ours. We've discovered that for some reason or another, when you whack a baseball in the right direction, it gets to the person it needs to go to.
Speaking of which, did you get the return one? That was just blank and sending it back?
Yes, I was very confused.
Is it because it hit you in the head?
No, it's because it was accompanied by a rad pigeon.
Oh!
Wait, she hit that one 6 hours later.
Well, it arrived at the same time.
It's because the bird is aerodynamic, so it caught up to it.
Truly, we can enjoy the mysteries of the wasteland every single day.
You know, Mr. Chopek, I think if ever you get bored of the adventuring life, you and I should go into business together.
Well, that will require a much bigger contract than the one you initially signed.
we can discuss it once winter is no longer here and we don't have to worry about all the necessities failing us.
As the Californians say, that would be rad.
He does, like, you know the pinky and thumb thing that surfers do?
Oh my god.
But instead of it being that, he's also got his index finger up, so it looks completely fucking wrong.
Wait. So like
Yeah.
Yeah. It's doing a bad sign of the horn.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's horns, but the thumb is out instead of on the two fingers in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman. Okay, I guess we'll thank him for his time and head on out to...
Which guard do I need to talk to for the Pip-Boy? That sounds interesting.
Oh, no, I'm not giving you a Pip-Boy. I'm giving you a Geiger counter.
Oh, we're taking the Geiger out of the Pip-Boy. Makes sense.
No, we just have Geiger counters.
Oh, okay. I
Thought
walk
you
out a
didn't
little
want
sad.
one.
I said I didn't want a gold one.
Why? Just want standard, simple. Oh, I get
Yeah.
it. It's because you can craft and mod it. You don't want one that's already complete.
Or implant it into your cybernetic systems.
Could I install robot mods to a synth?
I don't know. Why don't you try it?
You give it a shot. It's self-surgery. Why not?
I will go find this guard for the Geiger counter.
Okay. Yeah, and happily hands you a free Geiger counter. Feel free to add it to your sheet.
Cool. On the way out, I will...
Wait, are we leaving? I want to buy stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna
We're
say.
leaving the
so-
offices.
Oh, okay. I was like, we got two.
We're just leaving the mayor's office, yeah. We're
Okay.
just,
So yeah, you do have 251 caps that you can spend as you so wish. The shops have been updated a little bit since you were here last, so feel free to go through the shops to check them out. If you ask me about if they're open or not, I may kill
I was
you.
just about to.
Point-
I was
point
just
of order.
about to.
I thought we had 400 caps.
No,
Is
that's
That
if
was
you
on
complete the
completion.
shop.
Okay, well, from what I understood, it was 250 and then 250 on completion. That would be 500. So that would technically be cheaper. We'd be
No,
working
so
at a
you
deficit.
get 250 now, and then 400 more when you complete. So it's like
Okay,
650
that's the
total.
change. All right, just want to make sure. All right.
Nothing gets past you.
I mean, I got to check the terms and conditions, you know?
That's how Bigelow will get you one day, is he'll sign the contract the other way, and you'll be like, "Now wait a second."
Yeah. And at that point, I'll have to disassemble him.
Ooh, I'll happily help with that.
I'm sure you will, you synthetic pervert.
Speaking of which, where are you from again?
Engineers, California.
Yeah, Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
Completely accurate.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
Willie Nelson. I'm from everywhere, man.
You're from everywhere,
You know?
man? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet Willie Nelson's still alive in this timeline.
Probably. He's a ghoul, just hanging out.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if he's just a ghoul off somewhere on a beach, just playing
It's
away.
good. Yeah.
So, regular normal human 2. I got a question for you.
Ah.
How much do you think you could get for those 4 addictals or dictrals, whatever they're called?
Well, it depends on locale and the particular target audience that we are attempting to merchandise. I could set up in front of the local health clinic and attempt to sell these to the desperate and the otherwise indigent, or I can use this particular bundle here, sell them as a group effort to rich and bored Diamond Cityites.
I like Plan B. I'm going to go against my good judgment and let you know that they are heavily addicted, but not actually addicted. You can't. Basically, I'm saying convince the rich that you can get addicted off of all the Red X they're taking because they're buying all the Red X from everyone.
Well, I thought that was common knowledge.
That you can't get addicted to Red X? Oh, that you can get addicted to Red X. Yes, that is common knowledge.
Well, then all I need to do is to convince the rich of what is obvious in front of their eyes. To simple science, you see, and then, of course, the caps will flow.
Ooh, and maybe they can invite us into their residence, and as you're smoozing them over, I can take a look at some of the other things in their house, perhaps. At least just take inventory.
Are you suggesting that you'll be casing the joint, as they say?
Yeah, if I see something worth it.
I did not hear this suggestion, and I am not party to it. Just to be clear.
That's fine.
I
I mean,
also did
you
not
know
hear
what? Maybe you are, because I did sign a You are my financial advisor, correct? Of some sort?
Well, there are many titles that I hold over you, many of which will be revealed over the course of our time together. That is but one. At any rate, and he'll turn to Bigelow. Bigelow, please use your advanced computing to identify the richest person within a 5-mile radius.
Give me a second, boss. Well, that's interesting. Would you prefer a ghoul, or would you prefer a businessman such as yourself?
I understand that ghouls, generally speaking, are down on their luck and victims of general prejudice and hatred. So perhaps the businessman would be preferred in his privilege.
We also don't need Radix, so the idea of convincing them that they need it for a Radix addiction would be harder.
Well, that sounds like a stimulating challenge.
You know what? I'll sit back and watch this one.
I tell you what, Bigelow, if you can, summon both of them at once, and I shall attempt to do a twofer, as they say.
All right, just give me a moment. And he goes over to Kate. Mind if I borrow your bat for a few moments?
Oh, sure. And I hand over my bat to his outstretched pincer.
Thank you kindly. And he acquires 2 baseballs, scrawls a note, and summons them to a location in Diamond City. Gives whack whack. The baseballs go soaring. And then he hands the bat back to Kate and goes, "All right, boss, they should be here in about an hour."
Nice hit. Nice hit.
Very good, Bigelow. Have you considered a career in the majors?
Well, if I'm being honest, boss, if this whole thing with you goes under, I think I'm going to sign up for the Mets. I hear the Mets are really good right now.
I have an exclusivity contract with the Mets. I'm afraid you won't be accepted.
If I had a soul, I would be disappointed right now.
Well, it's good that you don't.
Single robot tear. No.
Just oil, motor oil.
Just
From one of the
oil.
eyes.
I'm also thinking of other ways to potentially make us money fast, because I would like us to not go into this thing empty-handed.
Yeah. Oh, Professor, I just
Yes.
had an idea. Well, for something else completely. Do you remember that language magazine you had?
Yeah, I gave it to someone.
You did?
And that someone's no
Wait.
longer with us.
Oh, it might have just magically popped up in your pockets, because I wanted to use it to see if it could decipher this tattoo here.
I have a better idea. Can I see the tattoo?
Oh yeah, and then I just put my foot up, and then I reveal the ankle from under the sock.
I am going to
Scandalous.
spend a luck point to say that I have, for some reason, during my bored days in college, know what hieroglyphic language this is and can translate it.
So you want the good news or the bad news?
It's
Was-
a trap. It means nothing. It's a false binary choice. We've been over
I
this.
know it's a false binary truth, which is why I always like to go bad news.
Bad news. You can't translate it completely, even with a luck spend. However,
Ooh.
the good news is that you do recognize it, and you almost write it off immediately, because why would anyone get glyphs by someone named Lovecraft?
Okay. So
Would I know of a person, let's say of Lovecraft?
you're saying the tattoo is racist? I see.
mean, potentially. They don't make it very clear.
I guess my question, to clarify my question,
Yes.
is Lovecraftian horror a genre of horror in this universe?
Yes.
Or, okay.
It would have technically been it would have been a thing by this point, right?
Mhm.
Because, the culture stopped in the 50s, right? And
Yeah.
Lovecraft was before that, so yeah.
So, okay, so I would take a look at this and go, why does he have tattoos of a horror story? What does it, do I know, do I have any idea what it might be saying, or do I just know what they are?
That will
I
require
know the
a roll.
language.
It will require
I
a
am
roll.
interested.
If you could give me a intelligence, and I think this would probably be,
Explosives.
yeah, maybe. I'm kind of between science and survival here.
I would prefer the science.
It's a social science, right?
Yeah, social
Probably.
science. Okay, yeah. Intelligence
Maybe.
and science, but I am going to set the difficulty at a 4. So
At a 4. Ooh.
At a 4.
Man, only 2 AP. It gives me one more dice.
could always give me AP yourself.
What is the thoughts, guys? Is this worth giving him AP for? I always like to talk with the group when I do these decisions.
I kind of lean yes, only because it's literally
I'd be
a
giving him
tattoo from
3.
the last son of Adam.
Yes. The fact that you were able to talk him into giving us this exact tattoo. Because
My idea wasn't that crazy after all, was it?
we wouldn't see this otherwise.
It's still crazy, just successful as well.
Yeah.
It can be
So-
both.
I'm taking this as a yes from both of you then? Giving him 3 AP?
Give it a shot. I mean, like, what's the worst that could happen?
Okay. I'm going to give you 3 AP to add 3 AP to me,
Okay.
which means I now have 5, which means I can now add 2 dice if I remember the math correctly.
So I'll let you amend
Yeah,
how many
it's
AP
one
you
for the
give me.
first, and then 2.
Yeah, so it's 1 for the first AP, 2 or 3
Oh.
total, and then if you want
Well, 1 for the
5
first
dice,
die, and then 2 for the second die. Yeah.
Okay, so
and
it's
then 3
3.
for the
So
third. Yeah.
do I give him 1 or do I give him 4?
I see. Do you okay? Not. Let's go ahead and give him the full AP.
Give him the full 4 AP
Yes.
to give me max roll on this?
Yes, and
Okay.
we also have some left over in the tank.
Okay.
Like I said, what's the worst that could happen?
And I gave you how much total?
6 if you want to roll 5 dice.
Okay. Which would then just put us back to because I can't use it all technically. I can't put us at 7. Oh, we're back to maximum of 6 because he was gone.
No. So it doesn't give you the AP in your pool. It's meant for this
Oh.
roll only.
Got it.
It just instead
Okay.
of paying with the AP on our side, you're paying with
I'm basically I'm adding a step in there that doesn't need to be added. Got it.
right.
Okay. So, science, I'm going to roll 5 dice. It is a tag skill. My challenge is a 12. And
That
I
is
got
5
5
successes. You
Yes!
actually get an AP
There we
back
go.
for your trouble.
Actually, I have a free roll per scene, so let's just because I can.
Okay. You get 2 more AP, so now you're at 4 AP total.
We
So
could maybe obtain some information off of that too.
Yeah, so that
That'd
now
be a
we
good
have
idea.
this after I'm told I can ask for maybe more info.
all right. Well, this I have to actually scroll a little bit in my notes, so give me just a moment.
Oh no!
We are jumping far ahead, guys. Congratulations.
All right,
Good.
Professor, start
This is
crafting.
good.
We need filler. So tell us about all your math.
Yeah,
all my
start
math.
doing
Okay,
some
so
math,
I
yeah.
actually just
Carry the
above
four and-
table. I did the math. I can make one person full set of +3 resistance to their current armor, to both
Nice.
sides. Do that or that. The other option is I do at level 1 to 2 people, which would only add 1 more resistance on top of their already armor. So for Kate, basically you have one more to each spot, plus your leather armor, plus your berserk. If we want the robot to have the spiky armor for defense, that will count. It will have to go. It will count as one full. It'll have to be the more advanced stuff. That leaves me with enough to craft 3 to 4 camps if needed. Also enough that I could make us some like 2 or 3 more Radaway without too much of an issue. But that would basically put me out of all junk for now, and I think ELH would be quite happy.
I mean, all I have to do is put anything in front of you to scavenge, and you'll get 300 junk bags. So
hey, you had to give me 3 or 4 things to get my 600 junk. Sorry, my 60 junk that I had last time.
I mean, this is true. But yeah, I found what I was looking for.
Cool.
This might be relevant before any of your crafting. So the glyphs say something along the lines of, may the angels from another world that are a part of the ancient city protect us.
Okay.
Oh, so I now would know that it is connected to this other world, this under city he's looking for.
So obviously this is referencing the Los Angeles Angels, the baseball team, right?
I think it's representing
The most racist of baseball teams.
Is he trying to summon a Lovecraftian horror from the city he's looking for?
That's a big step. Are we ready to accept the existence of Lovecraftian gods here?
I don't know if I would be, but it would at least. I would think that's what he thinks.
He would think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks that. He's looking for this. I would think that he is looking for this lost city because he, for some reason, thinks there's angels there that will help him take over the wasteland.
Right. One of the many imaginary cities like Xibalba and El Dorado and Southern California, right?
Yeah, Southern California is fake.
Yeah, obviously. Who puts a bear on their flag?
Yeah,
honestly?
I come from nowhere.
Yeah,
Not real.
we don't have a real person that's from there who's playing a game.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, no, that would be dumb.
Okay, do I want to spend any luck points to further this? Because in character, I would think this. I would think he's fucking crazy, but
Sure.
I would think that that's what he thinks he's doing, which is troublesome because that means we have a tyrant that is chasing things that don't exist, and tyrants don't like it when they don't find the thing they're looking for.
Generally speaking, that's true.
And we know what he's trying to like. He's trying to like. You said summon something, or
That may be the theory, right?
The
yeah.
theory, yes.
Well, there was the Madam. Didn't she have a prophecy about this? About that weird mutant we saw, like.
Oh yeah, we never told you
The
about
ground.
the weird mutant thingy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we should talk about that at some point because that was kind of Lovecraftian looking. Like
So the combination, I think, is he's trying to summon like some
he's either trying to summon
mutant
or make
from
some,
the ground in Before
Interesting.
Dune.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's
that
all
we-
that you were able to discern.
Okay. No, I'm not talking to the group. Anything I
sorry.
should poke at and spend AP on to try to further on, or I think I would just go with this man's crazy. This is what he thinks he's trying to do.
I can't imagine much else that we'd be able to decipher about
Yeah.
this particular series of glyphs, right?
Mhm,
We've got
mhm.
the translation. It
Do I-
gives, it gives us a couple of phrases that are evocative but don't mean anything to us right now.
hmm
Angel from the other world.
Well, it might be helpful to ask whether or not the three of us maybe might know someone who's into that sort of thing, right? Like,
That's true.
is there somebody in Diamond City or the surrounding area who is a scholar in these types of things, right? Who's really into
Mhm.
pulp,
Mhm.
horror fiction or something?
Or, yeah, ask if I might know of a library where I could research this further.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spend the AP to ask that general question. Is there let's say in the future we wanted to look upon this more. Is there anyone in the area, maybe a place where I can go find a book to help me further understand what he thinks he's doing?
Yes, actually.
I will mark the AP off.
So you're going to learn this information by just asking the people of Diamond City, just, hey, do you know anybody that does this, etc., etc. And you hear tell of someone named Minnie Mabee. It's Minnie Mouse, kind of Minnie, and then Mabee, Mabee. So, Mabee. You know that she is supposedly part of the legendary settlement of Beatsville, because remember, the major Commonwealth thinks Beatsville's a myth, but you've been there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that's all they know. They just know that apparently Minnie is someone of interest in this regard.
I need to star this and come back to this because it's not a thing we need to do right now, but it will be in the future.
Right now, we need to rip off a rich person and a ghoul.
Yes.
Speaking of which, they have arrived at this point, and it's interesting because the ghoul is dressed in like a tuxedo, but instead of like your standard black and white, it's actually flamboyant gold that shimmers with the light. And he's also wearing like a dealer's visor, which is also gold colored.
Interesting.
And then the other person, the quote-unquote normal person that shows up, is Solomon, the owner of Chem Eye Care, the chems and first aid shop in the city.
That would make sense. He's probably the richest man right now.
But since the ghoul is a little bit ostentatious, I'll introduce him first. God, what voice do we want to give him?
The
he
smokiest
should be-
smoker voice.
He should be Texan, obviously.
I don't know if I could do your
We all know
Texan.
what the Texan accent sounds. Yeah, we know what it sounds like.
We'll just make him standard ghoul raspy for now because I can't think of a good voice. But he is very upbeat when he says, I understand that one of you has an interesting business opportunity for me. I got your message via the baseball courier system. My name is Mr. Gold.
I would have never guessed.
You see, if it wasn't obvious by what I'm wearing, I'm a big fan of anything worth my while.
That is very plain, Mr. Gold. I can see based on the cut and the style of your particular clothing and the jaunty dealer's visor you have placed on your forehead there, that you're a man of taste and means.
And he holds out his hands. I didn't quite get your name.
Oh, of course. Forgive me. I am Mr. Chepek. This is my business associate, Ragin Kate, and this is the professor.
Pleasure to meet all of you, I'm sure.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Now, let's get down to business. What'd you bring me here for?
Well, I have an opportunity for the both of you. You see, I happen to be in possession of a rather large supply of a dictol,
There's a pause.
a valuable commodity.
Yeah, there's a pause as Mr. Gold and Solomon look at each other. And Solomon crosses his arms and goes, So you got a dick doll, huh? That, be worth it. Depends on how much you're selling it for.
Well, as you know, market forces are indeed volatile and strong in this particular area. You see, the worry that people in Diamond City, your customers, your friends and family, might suffer because they are concerned about getting addicted to certain substances that you yourself may provide them. It is a ongoing concern, and of course, I am here to assuage those concerns with the product.
Bigelow shows off the product with his pincers.
I join.
Thank you, Bigelow. Kate?
And
I-
Solomon kind of puts a hand to his chin. He's definitely interested. Well, I can offer you 35% of the normal asking. And out of character, technically I'm supposed to make you guys do 20% and then barter, but I'm saying that he's starting at 35 and then you can barter.
And then bartering up from there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me impress upon the both of you the importance of securing a Dictol now. You see, recent studies out of the University of Southern California have proven that Rad-X is 5,000% more addictive than any other med kit on the market. Did you know?
No, I can't say that I do because I'm a ghoul. We don't really need rat away.
Ah, you see, that is previous thinking. That is not up-to-the-date market analysis. You see, ghouls themselves do have a dormant gene within their person that makes them more susceptible than ever to Rad-X, at least the formulations that are circulating the wasteland now.
This is going to be a roll. This has to be a roll. I'm sorry. Speech and charisma opposed. So I don't actually have a sheet for Mr. Gold, but I have his abilities ready. He does get a free D20 on this opposed test. I'll roll him first. Let's expand that 24 out. So he rolled an 11, an 8, and a 5. So he has scored 3 successes on this one. Since you are the active actor, you only need to get 3 to beat him.
Right. Okay. So, here's my proposal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend the AP that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to secure 2 more dice.
Okay.
So I'll be rolling 4.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, because of Smooth Talker, I get to re-roll one of those because this is an opposed test with speech.
Mm-hmm. And then you have your hat and your clothing.
Correct. I have my formal hat and formal clothing. So if that's okay with everybody, we'll...
No,
Yeah,
I will mark
definitely.
our AP to 0.
All right, here we go. 4 die, tagged skill, and we've got Smooth Talker and our apparel ready to go. Okay.
I would notate, because of my chemist perk, these are technically higher quality Rad-X. Not Rad-X. Addictols. The problem is, though, removing all chems twice doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yes. So I don't know if that actually means anything.
Well, that is a grand total of 5 successes, so you actually get 2 AP back for your trouble, and if you want, you can reroll that 18.
I think I will. Yeah, just for Smooth Talker's sake. Yeah, how about that? Why not?
Another 2
Wow.
successes, bringing you up to 4 AP. Very nice. So Mr. Gold's actually impressed. He kind of leans in, and he's like, I've never heard that before, but... the more you tell me about it, the more I want to listen. You're a real salesman, and I know you're probably trying to swindle me, but damned if I don't understand that you're making a hell of a business proposition. Screw Solomon here. If you give me your dick doll, I'm willing to pay 50%.
Well, it would only be chivalrous of me to extend Solomon the offer to beat that offer. Solomon, what do you say?
Solomon at this point's like grinding his teeth, rubbing his chin. 50% would cut really hard into my profits.
What are you selling yours for currently?
Well, I'm selling it at Chemicare for about 200 caps per Addictol.
Well, then, going half of that is still 100, and 50% of its base is you're still making more profit than you would off of that.
Professor,
how high you're selling it.
Professor, since you're the one saying it, charisma and barter, difficulty of 2.
Yeah. Difficulty of 2, okay.
Can I assist him?
You may
have to
assist,
roll
yes.
1 success. Here's the cool thing, though. I'm going to spend my last luck point until we officially start this new mission.
Oh, no, this has already started the new mission. The moment you left the mayor's office, you got that quest marker and everything.
Oh, perfect. I'll go back up to 9. And
Yeah.
I'll use 1 now.
Remember, you did spend 1 on the tattoo, so I think you were at 8.
I will go to 7 then. I still have to roll first, so maybe you might not be able to, but we'll find
Sure.
out.
This is my assist in case it's relevant.
Speech. I'm using luck, so adjust it for that. I'm going to spend the 1 AP. My computer's being weird. 1 second. It keeps popping up his store.
Oh, that might be because I was adjusting something. Sorry.
Okay. Do I want to spend any more? No, I think I'm safe with this. My chance to that is a 9 is my current skill. Rolling a 9 on 3 dice seems likely.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
There
Yay!
you go. You got your 1.
Plus
So Solomon rubs his temple, grits his teeth, and goes, "All right, I can offer 55, but no higher."
A hard cap at 55. Mr. Gold, do you have a counterpoint?
I do, yes. And he pulls out 2 items. One is a Pimp Boy 9000. The other is a wallet full, because you said there were 4 dick dolls, right?
There
So,
are. Yes,
quick math
4.
in my head
Currently
would be...
I did the math for you actually fully. If you are curious what 55% of base Addictol is.
No,
For
I
4.
mean what he's going to offer you. I'm doing the quick math.
Got it.
So he pulls out a wallet with 600 caps and a Pimp Boy 9000. And he says, "If you are willing to be an exclusive supplier of a dick doll on a regular basis, I will give you this Pimp Boy 9000. But I require that you come to me with all new dick doll on a regular basis."
I need to know what regular basis stands for.
So out of character, it means that anytime you're back in Diamond City or anywhere with a route to Diamond City, you have to send at least 2 Addict Doll to Mr. Gold.
I'm more interested in the 600, if you want
Okay.
my actual 2 cents.
Yeah. But he
This
also
is me
shows you the
talking to the
purse and
ear.
says, "Alternatively, if this is to be a one-time transaction, I can give you 600 caps."
I guess Mr. Chapek will look to the professor and kind of give him a look.
I will go into your ear and say the 600 caps will get us far more right now than a Pip Boy 9000. That will probably get me shot at because of how shiny it is.
Right. Let me do like a Hail Mary thing here.
Okay, just to give you an idea what 600 is. This is 3 times what we would have gotten from going to the other day.
Oh no. Listen,
Okay.
we're gonna get the 600 caps. Let me assure you with that. But I'd like to do one last twist to try to get both of those things at once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mr. Chapek will sort of like, take your over the shoulder advice here and nod and say, well, Mr. Gold, that is indeed a compelling offer, but I wonder if you are aware of a secondary study by the University of Southern California. Did you know that the materials used in constructing the Pimp Boy 9000 are in fact toxic?
See, I'm just going to level with anybody. I actually, in a previous life, went to the University of Southern California. So every time you say it, I'm like, oh, God.
Me too. Hearing it.
We all know. I mean, it's very commonplace.
Yeah.
All right.
Well-
This will be a charisma and a speech. Probably no brainer. And difficulty of 4.
So Chapek, he'll rattle off some pseudoscience basically to say, like, listen, the longer you keep that thing on your person, that you're touching it and handling it, the longer you're gonna possibly contract, super tetanus or something. It'll be
Super
it'll
tetanus.
be
I'm going to make a note.
Yeah. Thank you, White Plume Mountain, for inventing super tetanus. Just a nice little reference for you Zoomers who don't know what that adventure is. Okay. Let's see. I mean, this is just... Okay, so I need 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
I do have rerolls still.
You have
So
2 rerolls. And you have 2 dice to add.
I'm going to spend 1 AP.
Okay.
You're welcome to spend the 3, dude. This is good.
I want to keep some. Let's bank some.
I can theoretically turn my zeros into so every time I craft something, I am allowed to roll. The side option is if I roll then I get consequences. Consequences is the DM gets to decide if it takes 1/2 or twice as much
Right.
material to craft it, or he can decide it takes more time, but whatever the route he wants to go. So I can, if we feel like it, do a couple of crafting rolls to gain us AP back.
I see. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll blow them all. Why not? 4 dice, tagged skill. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Well, you're gonna have to re-roll at least 2.
I'm gonna do some rerolls here. So is this still opposed?
No, it's just a difficulty 4.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to use. We're in this scene. I'm going to use my hat and my clothing separately because we already said those are separate. I'm going to re-roll the 18 and the 15.
Okay.
Here we go.
You got a 1, so that's 3 successes. Do you have any way to re-roll the 14? Well, you could spend luck. Luck is always an option.
Oh, do I have any? I do have some. Yeah.
We
okay.
just started a new quest, so you got full luck again.
All right. So I'm going. I'm at 4. I'll go down to 3, and I will re-roll the 16. There we go.
So, Mr. Gold kind of looks at the Pimp Boy 9000. He says, "You know what, Mr. Chopek? I'm a businessman myself. I can tell that you're full of shit, but I like your gumption. I really like your gumption. I tell you what, as long as you send me a couple of a dick doll every few weeks, it's yours
I
for
can
the
do
price
that.
of nothing."
We can absolutely provide for you. And of course, we'll draft up the paperwork. My assistant Kate and Bigelow will provide you
Hey,
with
boss,
the
I already
necessary
got it written
documents.
up. I already had to scratch out some of the details, but it's all ready for signing.
Bigelow, what would I do without you?
Well, you'd probably be still playing for the Mets, boss.
That is true. I was an excellent pinch hitter.
What were you?
You'll never know.
But Bigelow hands over the contract, and surprise, surprise, Mr. Gold actually reads it.
What?
Oh no, we didn't plan for this.
No, he reads it over and he goes, thought you could get me and make me spend 650 caps. I'm just going to amend that back to the 600. Otherwise, it seems to be a amenable agreement. And he signs up with the amended 600 caps. And then he hands over both items, takes your dick doll, and he goes, "Well, Solomon, maybe next time you'll come with more caps. I think the professor was onto something. You need to spend more to make more." And Solomon just flips him the bird.
A classic Southern Californian greeting.
Greeting, yes.
Yeah.
No hard feelings, Solomon. It is simply business.
Flips you the bird too.
Thank you very much.
The chems I make's better than yours. As he's walking away.
But yes, unless you want to talk to Gold or Solomon more, they both go off to their respective places.
I think our business here is concluded.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just take stock real quick. Okay, so we have a Pimp Boy 9000, and we have 600 caps. Is that right?
600 caps. Mhm.
And then on top of that, the 55% or however much he was
No.
going off, or was
No,
that
the
seven?
7?
Gave
total,
us
the
600.
total was
Yeah.
600.
Got
Pretty
it.
sure he
Okay,
did say
okay.
total. Yep.
Cool.
So then we have the 200 from before, 201 from before.
Well, sure.
So we're now at 8.
You should be at
01.
851 after including what you got from the mayor.
Ooh.
Is that including my? Okay, so that's everything.
Oh no, if that's including Kate's 2 caps, then
My
you'd be at
one
853.
or whatever.
'Cause
And I
think you
do
had two.
I personally have 25 caps. So
Oh, then
at
you would
that.
be at.
Oh, I have one.
You'd be at 877.
Six?
876.
because of the
yeah.
extra. The point is, we'll never need caps again. We are we are the 1% now. In fact,
Oh.
let's go back to the mayor. Let's go ahead and just buy diamond. Why not?
Nah. That's a lot of work.
All right, well, passive income and all that, but okay.
I'm not against it, but I think I can make money faster by making us things. I made us 4 dick dolls and it made us $600.
That's true.
Without the help of
Oh yeah, I would have been nowhere near that if it wasn't for
Chophead.
someone else. Yes. Also,
Also, I
thank you
will
for
say the telltale Solomon will remember this did appear on your screens
Yeah,
as
yeah,
the
yeah.
steal happened. So just so you know.
I'm
Dang.
honestly surprised that like all three of us just like flipping each other off in the middle of Diamond City didn't like lower the settlement reputation rate.
I thought
Well,
about it, but that wouldn't have been funny.
I think the townsfolk also don't like Settlement right now because he's
Oh,
hoarding.
Solomon? Yeah.
Yeah, because he's hoarding all the useful things for a nuclear winter and
He
selling
really
it to
is.
only the 1%.
I'm imagining the Spider-Man pointing meme, but it's everybody giving each other the finger.
Oh, okay. So, things we need for this mission. Food.
Radix right away.
Yes, I can make us all Radex. It'd be much cheaper than
Buying it.
buying it.
Air fresheners.
Air
Yes, that's
fresheners?
true. Very true.
I can
'Cause of
craft
the
that. Yeah.
It's gonna smell bad down there. I mean, we have to come to terms with that.
I grew up on a farm. I'm used to the smell of poop.
Maybe there's
Well-
some still stuck in your nostrils then.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we can't all be, Farmer John over here. Some of us have, suits that need to be maintained, and appearances.
That's why I wear the lab coat. Oh, you're talking about yourself. I apologize.
Yes. Who do you think? I have to take care of this. It's a cream suit. Do you know what that
is-
looks like after
That
a
actually,
single
yes.
day
Yeah, yeah. that is actually very true.
walking around out here? It'll turn black within an hour.
Okay. Here's a question. How much Radex do you think you guys would need?
Well, I think there's only. Well, I looked at the. Oh, you're gonna craft it. Oh, okay. Currently, I believe I have. Let me take a look. I
So
have
just
3
topic.
Radix
Well, out of
and
curiosity, how
4
much
right
do you
away.
think you'd need?
Just an academic question. How much Radex would a normal human being need?
However much Kate needs.
Well, then that's how much I need, of course, because I'm a normal
Okay.
human being.
Okay, you're a normal human being, so you would need that much. Okay.
Yeah, whatever a normal amount is, an average amount.
Yeah.
For
I have
people with
4.
blood.
You have 4. I have 2.
Maybe the answer is 4.
I already have. I have 1 Radex diluted.
That is true. I could turn all of ours into diluted and get us even more. That's a real quick thing to do.
Just put it in a big orange tub like Gatorade and
Add, so
Add a
fun,
spigot.
fun thing. Your robot would help out with this. Per 1 clean water and 1 Radex, I can make 2 diluted. So I could turn our 7 years Radex into 14 diluted Radex.
so we could just like chug it.
Yes.
We could have stations set up in the sewer like we're doing a marathon. We just like take
Also, here's another fun thing about my build. Whenever I craft something, it becomes better. So
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, so you
one-
can transform normal
I transform
to better.
this normal rad
Okay.
X into diluted Radex. It's still the same level of protection, but instead of lasting
Longer?
1 scene, it lasts 2 scenes.
Ah, see now you're thinking.
hmm So that actually might be the better route: is get 7 clean water and turn all of our stuff into that. Which then between the 3 of us, that's not an even fighter, but still.
I think that's
At least
good.
4 and 2 extra per person.
That sounds good.
So that is one of our plans. We should do that.
Is there anybody in the city who has been to this location before? Like,
I know
The sewer
where
location,
we
the
would
Red
ask.
Rocket, or
yeah, like either. Like, we're heading in that direction. We're heading to the Red Rocket and then into the sewer
Mhm.
complex below. Yeah, is there anybody who
I will.
You said you?
I actually do know someone. I will take him to the leader of the Minutemen,
Yes.
who is probably hanging out at the.
Take me to your leader.
He is.
Isn't it the
Why can't I remember
dugout
the
or
name of the
the
Yeah, I'm
bar?
looking
food,
too.
the bar?
The dugout?
The dugout. Yes, the dugout.
Yes.
It's actually just called the dugout.
I'm
He
still
would be
trying
able
to
to tell
remember
us.
his name.
Oh, I have that written down too. Let's find that one.
Ah.
Oh.
Tucker.
Oh yeah, Tucker. I remember Tucker.
Yep.
All right, so you literally go to the dugout, which is quite literally a dugout that they have transformed into a bar, and Tucker and his Minutemen are there. They kind of wave over at you as you step inside, and Tucker goes, it's you people. I don't know what to call you. Good to see you back in Diamond City.
Yeah, looks like you got our message about us finding the children of Adam breaking other water purifiers around the wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, it also coincided with the invention of the baseball delivery system, so
You're welcome.
Amazing times we live in.
It's quite convenient. Yeah. But
I can think of no other more convenient or safer method to communicate with people across long distances.
Look,
Unless you're a
couriers
bird.
are expensive. I would know. I've been to Colorado.
And many of them die.
That is actually true. Yes.
At
It's
least
a very
temporarily.
dangerous job.
How much
Yeah,
is
Timber.
how much is like just a standard drink here at the dugout?
oh, I think I said, let me see if I find my price list in my notes, but otherwise I'll say like if you want to buy just a drink, maybe 5
What I'm going
caps.
to do is maybe buy a round for the Minutemen to
Oh.
like, it's social lubricant, right?
You have the spending money now, so that's not something I'm against.
If you spend 20 caps, it'll get vodka for all of them. How about that?
Sure, why not? I mean that cuts out into my personal stuff, not even the full cap. So, yeah, I'll spend 20 caps. Why not? Please,
So-
bartender, a round for my Minutemen.
You got it. And the Minutemen cheer and kind of do that thing at the bar where you kind of slap the guy's shoulder and shake him a little bit, and they go, You're not that Brother Hugh character. You're someone new. Hold on. The mayor was saying something about a Mr. Kopic.
Ah, very close. I am Mr. Chapek. This is
Ah.
my associate Bigelow.
Pleasure to meet all of yous. Mr. Chopek. Well, I also heard you pissed off Solomon, which well done there. We all kind of hate him.
Yeah, he's hoarding way too many useful things for everyone.
Let's just say that we've had a very large and long discussion with the mayor about liberating some of those chems for the greater good of Diamond City. But the mayor is very much in the camp of if we liberate one store, what's to stop from liberating all the stores? And then it just evolves into social anarchy.
Actually, I have an idea on this one here. I turn to Chapek. Hey, Chapek. I might have a useful idea for us. Why don't we try to undersell the Chemicare with the Minutemen's help?
Go
My
on.
idea, and I don't know how to negotiate, so this would be between you two. I point at the commander and you. Sorry, Chepek. If I could have a steady supply of materials, I wouldn't be against spending a day or two. Just all I do is craft relics for the city, and then the Minutemen or you could sell that at a lower price than what he is to the people who actually need it.
Providing a well-needed public service to increase general well-being throughout Diamond City.
I'm thinking more of. I read about a dude in early America's time frame. He was a metal dealer. He made metal to sell to businesses and that were starting at that time. He drastically undersold all the competition to the point where he was the only one left. If we ran him out of town, or not really out of town, just add competition to make him lower his pricing.
That is sound business strategy. Apparently, you have read some economic theory, Professor.
I've read it. That doesn't mean I like it.
fair enough. Well, to our main point, Mr. Minuteman. We've come to pick your brain, as it were, about the red rocket nearby and the sewers underneath. You've been to these places before, yes?
And the entire table of Minutemen groan as they take a little bit of their drink, and Tucker sighs and rubs his temples and goes, "Yeah, we've done a few shifts there. It's not great."
I'm sorry, did you say shits?
No, shifts with an F. Yeah, we've been there, keeping it. Well, if I'm being honest, keeping things coming out of it. The whole place, even the entrance, is just full of radiation. We're pretty sure we've heard screeching of metal and clanging of metal, so like somebody's fighting like 3 assaultrons down there. We've heard loud shouting and screams. We've also more or less figured out that the last guy we sent in there hasn't come back. So we don't even know if he made it out to a different location or if he's just dead down there somewhere.
Probably keep an eye out for him then.
Yeah, if you want to know him by name, his name is Johnny. Johnny Lonnie.
Johnny Lonnie. Oh, the Freaks, right?
No, wait, Big Top?
I do feel like we've used Johnny Lonnie before in this campaign.
Yeah.
You have, and I'm deliberately making
People
it
can have the same
confusing.
names.
Okay, cool.
They're twins.
Yeah. I mean, actually, yeah, now that you say something, I mean, yeah, the Big Top ghoul guy, Johnny Lonnie. No, we just called Johnny Lonnie as a nickname. His actual name is Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan Lonathan.
I was just thinking that.
That's his new name, noted for the claw.
Yeah.
Chapek will, nod and sort of stroke his chin. Yes, we're certainly able to keep an eye out for him because we have been contracted by the mayor to provide essentially your service.
Oh, you're the ones going in. Okay. Well, just know that if things go really south and we are able to get to you down there, we can provide some backup if things go really, really badly.
Much appreciated.
I mean, hey, you bought us drinks. Least we can do.
Is lay your lives on the line. Yes, of course.
They kind of toast to you all and keep drinking. If you want to keep talking to them, go for it. But we are coming up on break time. Maybe we take 5-10 minutes here. We can do the professor's crafting and all that machinations off screen. And then we'll get going to the Red Rocket. So we'll be back very shortly, everybody. Stick around. And welcome back to part 2 of session 12 or 11 or some number of Fallout Frozen Atom. The players have been doing a bit of shopping and a bit of crafting on the side during break. And I believe, Saxy, you have those numbers for us.
I have at least, we got through the shopping numbers.
Okay.
At the chop shop, we
Choice
are going...
shops?
Choice shops. Choice chops. I can't speak straight. There we go. Got it the third time. We're going to buy everything but the Deathclaw meat.
Okay.
Which will come out to even of 170.
Okay. Have you already put it on your sheet?
No. I was going to let the person with all the money do it because if he does it, it will automatically deduct from his total money.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Okay,
Chopik,
so-
if you want to just buy from the
Yeah.
store, it should let you do it.
Hold on. Let me put the total number of caps I have in here. So,
Oh, and I'll give you my one just so we can.
well,
You already-
that much appreciated.
Yeah, and I think I contractually obligated to do so.
So yes, I mean obviously yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
851 plus the 6 that I had left over after the round of buying. So that's 857, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to put that in. That's how many caps I have right now. Then I will go to the store, Choice Chops, and everything but the Deathclaw meat, yes?
Correct. That will get us 3 days of food. Assuming we don't find anything down there that we can then cut up for more food.
Okay, now I have
Like people.
681.
Perfect. Yeah, that would have been 170, so that would have done that. Next, you're just going to deduct 100 from it because we are buying 10 purified waters.
581.
Okay.
Then minus 60 for my ammo,
Mm-hmm.
which I already adjusted.
All right, so 521.
And then the next one, you are going to buy me at the...
Now, do I have to?
You don't have to.
Okay, I'll think
This, think of this as my cut of the addictals that we talked about when I gave up to you.
about it. Right, yes. That I don't remember agreeing to, and I don't think we have video evidence of. Okay.
I don't know,
Yeah,
boss.
no-
I record everything, and I think you did enter into a verbal agreement with him.
We talked about how I was going to supply you with goods to sell to people.
Social contract.
And I would occasionally need things in return to make me not die so I can make you more things in the future.
Bigelow, remind me to selectively edit your recording history.
You've already done it about 6 times, boss. This wouldn't be the first time.
So you remember 6? Well, it must be more effective than I thought.
You're going to buy me
okay.
the... You're gonna
So where am I buying that at?
Actually, I'm just going... You're going to take... Nah, you give it to me. We'll do it this route. This will be easier. I apologize. This would be... Unless you just want to subtract 180 from you, I add 180 and then I buy this. What would you rather do? Trade me material, trade me items, or just remove the money?
You could take it
I'll
from the
just
compendium, right?
I'll just remove the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will add the money and then buy the heavy leather for myself.
And how much did you say that was? 180?
180.
Okay. So we now have in total 341.
Okay. And I should now, if I reopen this thing, be able to purchase heavy leather. Purchase. Yes. Perfect. I now have heavy leather. Then that's everything for spending wise.
Okay.
Next goes into crafting. Half an hour for each. With 7 means I would need to spend. Oh, I'm tired. 6. Half of that's 3. 3.5 hours crafting diluted Radex for everyone, adding 14 to our overall pool.
Okay. Do you want to do the rolls for the AP?
Yes. Let's do some rolls
Might as well.
because you would just make it take more time. I guess you could technically make it take more water or Radex, or I completely fucked
Or
up.
you roll a
I-
complication and Solomon comes over with a Molotov cocktail and...
we gotta fight him. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So this is a science roll.
Difficulty 0, as you've made very, very
Difficulty
clear.
0. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I need to remind people crafting's important.
Yeah.
And do it.
Like, I like poking fun about all your crafting stuff, but I cheer you on for just deciding, like, oh, I'm going to play a Fallout game. I don't want to attack at all. I'm just
I'm
going
only
to craft and be lucky. And
I want to craft and luck my way out of situations. Okay, so here's the first one.
He's playing the long game. He's just waiting for his enemies to just die of natural causes.
I'm going to add 3 to our AP.
Okay.
So that was first one. Now let's do my second one. Science. That roll. I'll add 1 more to our AP. Let's do another one. Science. That roll. We'll add 1 more to our AP. We're at 3 now. And then we cap out at 5. So I no longer need more AP.
Cap out at 5 or cap out at 7? Because it was Hugh
Oh, yeah.
who had...
Hugh's gone. So I can get us 1 more at least. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do 1 more.
Yeah,
Because
you're
it's 2
capped
more
at 6.
successes, which I can currently spend. So I'm just going to spend the 1 AP now to make my next crafting situation just be twice as fast.
Okay.
Which means, yeah, that works.
All right, so you've got
Wait,
your
no, we cap at
Radways-
6, right?
Yeah, you cap at 6.
Okay, so I actually can put, 1 more, then the extra one, yes. So yeah, so now that's 4 of my Radway. I need to do 3 more. That would get us to, we're now at 3.5 hours. Around what time of day would it be? Because I do have to sleep as a human being in this game.
Well, what I would
Sure,
tell
yeah,
you
whatever.
is that it is getting
Cheers
to
out.
be dusk at this point. So you probably want to get to sleeping.
Okay.
The question is, do you spend the next day crafting, or do you go out to the Red Rocket the next day is the question.
If I spend the day, so here, now this is a question for the table. We've at least gotten our rad away situation figured out, and we're at ammo's good. I would need almost all day, because to install the robot armor, if I were to make it, I would need, I think it's an hour to actually put it on him. Then, or is that for mod? Or is that for mods? I think mods are that. I think it's a half an hour to install, an hour for a mod. Yes. So I would need half an hour to make each piece. So that would be, I wrote this down at the beginning of the show. That'd be 2 hours to craft, then 2 hours to put on him. So I would need 4 hours just to put armor on the robot. Which then puts us 4 hours within the day. So we're already looking at midday.
And just remember, that's still food and water you've got to take off as well.
Mm-hmm. Which we could just eat at the dugout.
Good.
That's true.
It would cost us money, but we could just do that.
Yeah, smooth talker here.
What's our ideas? Do I hold off on crafting robot armor?
I would hold off for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other
Okay.
option is I can at least, I might know how to make him Mr. Gutsy, sorry, Colonel Gutsy plating, and that would only take an hour. So I could get that done in the morning, and that would get his base protection to, I think, 2, because he's currently at 1 right now, I would assume.
Oh,
Resistance?
I think he's actually at 2 physical, 1 energy, if I remember correctly.
No,
Let's-
it's two. It's two across the board.
2 across
It's 2
the
across the board. Okay, so he already has the more advanced plating. So I wouldn't even need to do that. So yeah, we can hold off on that. Or do we want? I could also then. This one wouldn't take as long. I would need 15 minutes per install of the mod, and then 2 hours. So in 3 hours, I could get Kate upgraded to 3 her base, then plus her.
You can install metal plates in Kate.
I'm going to install it into her arm.
Don't I already
leather
have
armor.
some?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you, I mean, why? I mean, cut out the middleman. Just slap that
just-
sucker on the skin.
Yeah.
Just go straight through the cyberpunk way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dermal
So-
plating.
If I woke up early, I could probably get that done at a reasonable time because it's only 3 hours now. And Kate would be a literal tank because what? That would put you at, your leather would be 3 and 4 protection. Plus, what is your berserk giving you right now currently? Kate?
+2 physical to, all except for the head, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah.
So physical. No, I think it's in the head as well.
oh, is
yeah.
it? Oh, wait,
Yes,
there
it's
it is.
one of the
Okay,
only
it
head
worked.
protections, which is why
There
it's
we
so
go.
good.
Do you still have the punished?
I
Kate
do.
Thing.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to try to take care of that tonight with our medicine rolls before we sleep. So yeah, I could
Yeah.
get to Kate to
I would
basically
very much like
5
that.
physical armor.
I would very, very much
That
like
could be
that.
very useful.
Yeah, especially with the potential assault drops coming in.
Yeah. I mean, and you're going to be doing a lot of the work.
Yeah,
so,
getting up close and personal. And
yeah.
Oh, but here's the hard part then. I could craft us more medical supplies too. I forgot about this one.
Well, I mean,
can we do
an,
that on
an
the
ounce
go?
of prevention is better than a pound of cure, right?
That is true, especially if Kate's being up front taking the damage.
The important thing is that you're waking up early and doing all of this, and I'm not.
Yes. Yeah. Because I
You're
could
not
go to bed
waking
now,
up
you
at
guys
all.
could go do things. Whatever. And then I do
Well,
that.
do we want
really
to handle Kate's punished Kate while we're here?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
I really feel like you should just keep it. It's really.
I'm
it's a, it's
really
a,
tempted to.
It's a
honestly.
conversation starter.
This is your choice. As a doctor, not in medicine, not what my degree's in in this campaign. Do you want me to treat your wound or leave it be?
As much as I would want to keep it, I think it's best if we treat it.
It's best
Okay.
to live.
You also get a natural roll at the end of the day as well. So let's first do my medicine roll.
Should
What is the
be,
difficulty you'd like to set for this?
Should just be a difficulty of 1, I think, because you've
Okay.
pretty much not done anything all day except light travel. Actually, it would be difficulty of 2 because there was a little bit of travel.
Okay. So, this is going to be a medicine. That roll. I'm going to use a new scene, so I'm going to use my lab coat.
Would you like to spend a luck?
Kate does get a natural roll. You don't happen to have any useful medicine skill, do you, Chopik?
No.
Okay. I will spend the luck point, getting us down to 6, even before we've started the mission.
Yeah,
That's
right.
double what I have normally, so.
Okay, so for those who can't see the screen right now, he started at a 19, he went to an 18, now he's at a 16. He's just slowly whittling it down.
All right. So we only have to do this like
Exponentially.
9 more times.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. Maybe your natural healing will take care of this.
All right, so Kate, your natural heal is endurance and a survival at a difficulty of 2.
Okay. Let's see here. I got
do
one
you want
success.
to luck that 19?
Do you
I
have your
will,
fancy
because
coat?
I have my coat on currently, so I'll put it down to 4.
Okay,
Hey.
you no longer have the head injury.
All right,
Now,
and
if you
I'm
want
going
to keep
to
it
take.
for...
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out and have like a little piece of metal shrapnel, and
Super
I'll
glue.
just stick that into
In your
my
hair.
little Wendy the Welder hairdo here,
There you go.
Nice.
which is
Okay.
a hairdo from the games.
Very nice.
And then I will tomorrow morning do some crafting. We will eat a meal at the dugout so we don't go into our food rations. So what would that cost us, DM?
So, for those of you that eat and drink, eating at the dugout will cost, let's call
I
it...
don't know why you said that.
Yeah, he eats. He's just fasting, remember?
Yeah, I'm
that's fine.
intermittently fasting.
Let's say for all 3 of you, it would be a grand total of 40
Only 2,
caps.
though,
Sounds
eating.
about right. And
Are you
then-
eating this time?
Yes.
You are eating. Okay, so yeah, 40 cap. Okay.
We got a big day ahead of us, and I need the Grand Slam or whatever they offer at the dugout.
Okay.
I assume it's a Denny's.
It's basically a Denny's, yeah.
So if you would be so kind to subtract 40 caps from our meal, because we ate a big meal today.
Just 40? 40?
Just 40.
Okay, so that would leave us 301.
Okay.
There's my 1 cap coming in clutch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, without it, we'd be destitute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be so far without it. Okay, so then I could make hardened leather for Kate if I don't want to make medicine. Oh, this is so hard, guys. I apologize. Do we want to spend just the morning making her armor? I would have 2. So just so you know what our medicine looks like, I would have 2 of the, what are they actually called in this game? Not the stim packs, but the smaller healing slabs.
The healing salves.
Salves, yes.
So just because I like to poke fun.
You're welcome to poke fun at me. Do
I
we
say
want
do the
more
armor
than that?
and get on the road would be my
Yeah,
recommendation.
we
Okay.
can do, maybe on the go.
There's also the possibility that we find things,
I could always spend a luck point that there is magically, for some reason, a chem station at
Yeah.
the place we're staying. If we
I
get
like
both
how
aspects.
last session you used luck to manifest a chem station, but it was not like in
Good
operation.
condition? Well,
so that
yeah,
you're like,
I
I'm
had
gonna
to
spend an
look,
hour.
I had to
to
spend an
fix
hour.
this, like,
I had to, in character, find a way to spend an hour to look at my trinket to get me an extra luck point
Sure,
to pay
yeah.
for.
just like manifesting.
it's all
these
connected.
things.
It is all connected. Okay, so I will spend the morning doing that. Kate, do you want to add 2 to your resistance or 3 to your resistance is now the question.
Uh, whatever. I don't. I just want to get on the road.
I apologize.
No, it's not your fault. Like, this is just something that has to happen at some point.
It's only 1 more common material, so we'll go this route.
Okay.
I'm going to spend the morning making Kate 3. Sorry, not 3. Full set. So this is
Of
the
leather armor.
5. You are now going to add the treated mod to all of them. So this is basically +3 to every spot.
Physical and energy, or just physical?
Physical and energy. So this would bring her to a total of 4 per armor piece of physical, 5 per armor piece of energy, and then plus her berserk on top of that for just physical.
4 physical, 5 energy. Okay.
Yep, looks right to me.
Then
Alright.
I'm going to start subtracting all of this stuff from our inventory. I need you guys to remove all of your Radex, and I will start adding diluted.
Okay.
I will start doing this stuff while someone's describing the new scene.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, unless you want to linger in Diamond City, we'll get you on the road. So, the trip to the Red Rocket south of Diamond City is not a bad trip. It just takes you maybe 30 minutes to an hour. When you arrive, what you see is that there's a collapsed section of the road near the Red Rocket, and there are 4 very grumpy, freezing Minutemen that are guarding the entrance. And when you approach, they kind of wave you over and go, well, it's good that you're here. Tucker said you'd be coming. We're kind of hoping we can stay up here where it's relatively better than down there, but if you scream 3 times and then shout for our help, we'll know to come running.
How deep do you think you could hear in there?
Well, I mean, it's kind of echoey down there, and one of them takes a rock and throws it down, and you can hear it just clunk, 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 like, for a long while.
I was hoping it would scream. Shall I throw my rock?
Do you want to throw your special rock?
No, it's my special rock.
But yeah.
Mr. Tropic wasn't here, but I have a special rock that
Yeah.
I shake, and it tells me things when somebody rolls on a table.
Okay.
It also
tells-
has googly
it
eyes,
does.
because of course
It does. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the Minutemen actually pull out some ropes and some pittons and go, we'll lower you down, and good luck down there. It's not a pretty sight.
We don't need luck. We have money.
And I have
Not
luck.
Not so sure money will solve the problems down there, but hey, what do we know? We're not the ones doing the job.
How long is the trip down there? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it takes minutes, if that.
I was going to look at my trinket.
Minutes
No.
for the men.
Definitely
Haven't-
doesn't take an hour.
How would they know that we've screamed 3 times if it's so echoey down there? If it's just one scream that's been echoed twice, like how do you?
They're going to make us roll
No,
for it.
Each one of us could scream, and then the different voices
okay.
will.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is
tip
3
them off.
times. Yeah,
Sort of
okay.
like a tubular bells kind of thing. You just
Yeah, we can harmonize,
harmonize.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
They'll
Okay.
send the sound waves further. Yes.
Do you go down into the sewers is my question.
I will check our while we're heading down. I'll also watch the Geiger counter.
Okay, very important distinction. So, as you begin to lower yourselves into the broken concrete of Boston streets, you actually get into a somewhat heated area. I mean, it's relative, all things considered. It's not as cold as is on the surface, but it's also more warm than you weren't expecting. Now, whether or not that's because the air is thick and surprisingly humid, and the water might be irradiated, and chunks of masonry litter the ground between puddles of questionable liquid, there's a lot of things going on down here. But where you arrive is there is a tunnel that curves deeper into the darkness, and there's this large arrow on the floor in thick paint that glows green in the fading light. And what you note is that the door is locked at the moment. It's one of those bar doors, so you can see through the door to the rest of the sewer, but it's one of those things where this door is still locked.
Anything on my Geiger counter?
Yes, it's one of those things, and I'm glad you brought it up, because you have entered into the first room, which means every time you enter a room, or anytime you spend a significant amount of time in a room, I will be rolling for radiation damage. Now, as a reminder, the mayor did say that there are perhaps ways to get rid of the radiation down here. So,
Yeah. Did he specify exactly what that entails?
Nope. And actually, it's a
Okay.
feature of the module that says, let the players figure it out.
Got it.
So with your Geiger counter, Professor, you're going to know that the source of the radiation in this first area is because of water flowing. So if you were able to deal with the water in some way, you might be able to get rid of the radiation in this area.
Interesting. Question for mechanics of the game.
Yes.
Does this hole going through here count as a scene? Does each room count as a scene?
It's going to be dependent on roleplay.
Okay.
But what I will
Okay.
tell you is that all of you will take 3 radiation damage for this first room.
So I say, do we start with a Radix for everyone?
Oh yeah, definitely need it.
Okay. I will subtract 3 Radix from all of us.
Okay. So with your 3 additional radiation resistance, you suffer no ill effects. But again, the door is locked. As I look to Kate and her legendary lockpicking skill.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Legendary. Yeah,
I
so
wonder who has the better lockpicking skill.
I wonder. Let's see. It's actually, let me see. What is lock perception? My perception actually isn't that great, but let's see. My target number would be 8.
Well, if it helps, what I would tell you is that it could be an agility or perception plus lockpick, or it could be a strength and athletics or strength and repair.
Whew, okay, sorry. Let's go there. Okay, it was a different combination. What was it again?
So it's either
athletics.
agility or perception plus lockpick, or it's strength plus athletics or strength plus repair.
Basically, we have Bigelow break the door down.
You could.
Out of curiosity, I guess
I want
while
to do strength and repair.
Okay. So strength and repair will be a difficulty of 3. You do have 6 AP to start with, though.
Okay, strength and repair would be target number 12.
Okay.
they're pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, we have so much AP. Should I just add one more?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why
let's
not?
do that. Yeah, if you can, someone could subtract 1,
Yeah.
please.
It is
You roll
done.
3 dice. Okay. Oh, hey.
See,
3
there you go.
successes is what you
Yeah.
need. So, Kate, would you do this noisily, or would you be a little bit stealthy about it?
I would like to be stealthy about it.
Okay. So what you do is you take out your baseball bat, you tap very lightly on the parts where the grate, the door meet with the rest of the grating, and then with one quick tap, you knock just at the right part of the hinge, and the door swings open.
And I just kind of hold my hand out like, huh? Huh? Check this out.
That is quite
Legendary.
impressive. Leverage does a lot when you apply in the right spot.
Excellent work, employee Kate.
And then, where did you say the arrow was pointing to again? I apologize.
Deeper into the passage, and now that you don't have a grating door in front of you, you do see that the passage does turn and go into a deep descent beyond this initial gate.
So it's a singular turn. And it's going.
Yes, singular turn.
Okay.
I'll let you
There's
know
no
in force.
other-
Don't worry.
Okay.
No other
Okay.
choice, so we have to go that way. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, I say we start going.
All right.
Nice
we
job,
have
Kate.
the pimp boy, right? So
You do?
we have a light source.
Okay, yeah. Who wants the Pip Boy?
We have an incredibly gaudy light source.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I would like the pimp boy if that's okay.
Would you like the Pimp Boy? We'd like to be the Pimp Boy holder.
I would.
Okay.
Matches her
9,000
code.
specifically.
It does
Yeah.
match your code, actually.
Yeah, I
yes.
could just be like a really radiant.
Now you'll be pimping
Ooh.
Kate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
instead
Yeah,
of looking
I
like
could
a raider,
change
you
my
now
name.
look like some
Pimp
Californian artist.
Yeah.
boy. Californian.
That's correct.
Yes.
Oh Lord. Anyway, as you go down the turn and into this descent, what you see is that there's these wide slabs of stone that are forming the stairs, and across all of them is what's that same flowing water. And every so often there's these ankle-high eddies and whirls that gush into the darkness. And what you note is that here and there's these trails of dust that are kind of trickling down from the ceiling. And you also note that swirling around masonry chunks, that there's further pooling of water. And you come into...
Before we
Yes.
go too deep into that,
Yes.
would I be able to determine that a lot of this water that's coming down from the stuff is a leakage from the previous one we saw? Or maybe they're all related somewhere deeper. Like I couldn't just fix that previous one to help down here.
I would say that if you're able to stop the blockage up top, you can fix it down below.
Okay.
Okay.
So as in I fix that one, it fixes this one as well, or two separate fixes?
It's the same fix. This is all
Okay.
one room.
I would then ask us to turn back, and I go see if I can try to figure out what's clogging it. Maybe see if I can weld something real fast or pry something to block it with stuff I have.
Okay.
Well, obviously we should split up.
Yeah, clearly. No, best place to
Sure.
Yeah, I can go deeper. Just run right in.
So let
And
me
I'll-
I want
actually-
to put on
I'll
my
take it.
gas. Yeah. I want
Yeah.
to put on my gas mask real quick.
My gas mask is also on because traveling in the wasteland, nothing's creepier than a guy in a lab coat and a gas mask.
Or a gal with a gas mask and glowing.
boy.
Yeah, a pimp boy
I'm-
and a glowing coat.
I would argue that a very pale man in a cream suit with no gas mask is worse than both
Yeah,
of
that's
those
true.
things.
And we're all traveling together.
Yeah.
Just not a nobody's really going to approach you. You approach them.
Yes, exactly.
So, Professor, if you would like to give me let's call this an intelligence and a repair check at a difficulty of 3.
Okay, so I get to lower the difficulty by 1 because I have a multi-tool.
Okay.
I'm just making sure that that's the exact wording on multi-tool. 1 second. Multi-tool.
Now, I'll also offer you a deal that
Yes.
if you want to spend 5 common and 1 uncommon, I will reduce the difficulty to 2.
That would make the difficulty 1 then for me. Can I semi-bargain with you
Perhaps.
and
No,
say I use 3 uncommon instead?
I would be okay with this because that's 3 uncommon you don't have.
Okay. So difficulty is now 1 for me. And this is a repair check. Cool.
Get an
That
AP,
gets us our
cap at
AP
6.
back.
So what you end up doing is you do find where the clog is, but you also realize that part of the pipe is broken, but using your uncommon materials, you fashion kind of almost like a replacement pipe that will hold for the time being and probably for a while longer. But you've made the area safe, so room 1 is no longer irradiated because you divert the water and the water flow does cease.
He did
Now-
ask us to try to clean up as well. Yes.
The good news is that when you arrive at this first area, what you see is that there's this sort of archway at the bottom of these slabs of stairs that go down, and you also hear the sound of metal striking metal, in sort of rhythmic and dull fashion. It's not the assaultron on assaultron action that the Minutemen told you about, but there's definitely something heavy hitting something heavy.
Can I try to do this is how I'm going to word it. Let's say I use my understanding of machinery and try to determine what that sound could be. Like a maybe some like radiation or generator isn't working correctly. Something to help clean that type of stuff up. Maybe or a pump or something. See if I can determine what that sound is without
Spend an
going
AP
down
and
there.
I'll tell you.
Spend an AP and you'll tell me. That works too.
So it does seem to be heavy machinery hitting against heavy machinery. Whether or not it's malfunctioning, you're not sure. But there's no lights down here except for what's coming through that archway. So is it malfunctioning machinery? You're not 100% sure. But based on what you're hearing, it is significant weight and significant metal, if that makes any sense. It's not like copper on copper. It's like
Gundams.
It's basically Gundams is what you're hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on to you.
Yeah. Hey, Kate, can you try to shine your light a little bit? Maybe we can see what's there.
Sure. When you were describing that, did we ascertain if there are any people by the machinery?
Well, you haven't gone through the archway yet,
Yeah,
but
okay.
since you are looking, Kate, if you could give me a perception and a survival at a difficulty of 3.
Okay, perception, survival.
And
I'd
that
like
will
to
be
spend an AP.
that will be more difficult because, as punished, Kate, you should be wearing an eye patch.
That is true. Yeah, it was in my eye, I guess. A little
Yeah.
lobotomy. Should I spend 1 AP for another die, or should I do more? My target number would be 8.
I could always aid you in this as well.
Maybe 1?
At least one for sure.
Yeah, just spend 1. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to find out anyway very soon.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, if someone can reduce the AP by 1, my window is too small. Okay. Ooh!
Look at you go. Get it
Kate
back.
gets it
4?
right back. Doesn't
Yeah,
even
4.
need the help. So,
What was the
Kate,
difficulty?
I have good news and good news. So, the first thing that you notice is thanks to the light of your pimp boy, you actually see that the water draining away, there are potholes that if you'd not noticed them, you would have taken piercing physical damage by stepping in them. So well done there. That's good news
Nice
number
job.
1. Good news number 2 is that you sort of see along the left wall before the archway, there is this little outline of like another doorway. It's almost flush with the masonry, but you think if you're, shine the light, yeah, that kind of looks like a very small keyhole in the wall. And you've discovered a secret door.
What?
Professor, can you, I don't know if there's any way to tell if this lock is cursed or, gonna set off a trap.
You want me to check for traps?
Yes.
You
Before I lock it.
you do some magic to determine whether this is cursed or
Some
not?
people do think science is magic, and Kate might be one of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I will attempt.
Science is not magic. Friendship is magic. We know that.
Yeah.
I will attempt to determine if this is
Cursed.
by cursed. She means wired or trippable or
Sprinkle some
Since it's
holy
kind
water.
of secret, yeah.
yeah.
Intelligence and survival difficulty of 3.
Oof. Okay.
Spread the entrails of a hog and read that.
Makes that 8. I'm gonna spend. Do I want to spend 1 AP or I think just 1.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty of 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just the 1, at least.
Oof.
Yeah, that's only 1.
I'm going. It's an intelligence check, so I'm going to use my 1 free reroll.
Okay.
anyone? Yeah.
An 18 went to a 15.
I keep doing this. I'm going to spend a luck point. Just to check if it's trapped, though. Do I want to spend a luck point just to see if it's trapped, or just go like, oh, no, it's not trapped?
we can, if it is trapped or
We'll find
I'll
out.
spend a luck
cursed,
point to save us. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a better
Yeah.
idea. Okay, so no, I'm gonna keep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna expect it and fail.
All right, I will attempt to lockpick this thing.
Okay. Are you using the bat special, more strength and repair, or
Should we check for a key first?
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
But what if there's a mat over there?
Oh, it just says welcome. Yeah,
Yeah.
just pick it
What
up. Yeah.
Because what if there's something? What if there's a
Tell
key
you what,
under that?
why don't I actually? I'll make a. I'd like to make some kind of perception check to determine if there's anything, like, the usual suspects in terms of where you might hide a key.
perception survival, difficulty of 2?
Well, my survival is excellent in that it's at a 0, but perception is better. So my target is an 8.
Let me see if nope, Bigelow can't help you here because he doesn't have a great thing either.
That's okay. Let's just find out.
You need at least one success for me to help you.
So yeah, do you want to spend a luck here to reroll?
Sure. Why not? Gonna reroll that 19. Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
so
Double
close.
9s. Yeah.
I will offer you a success with a complication.
Well, I will always take it. Yes.
Okay. Remember our conversation about blue bricks? Yeah, you see a blue brick.
Ooh.
Chapek will kind of cock his head, and he will go to touch the brick, and then stop, and then grab Bigelow's pincer and move it towards the brick to get him to touch it instead.
All right, so Bigelow touches the brick, and two things happen at once. The first is that the brick actually slides to the side, and there's this little cubby hole with a key inside. However, at the same time, there is a loud clanging sound, different from the other clanging that you're already hearing. This is coming from something behind the wall of the opening you just opened, and you hear from beyond the glowing archway, "Hey, what was that noise?" And that's where we're going to end today's session because we're coming up on session time.
Dang, cliffhanger.
More potential customers.
But yeah, I hope you all had a fun time. I had a fun time as usual.
Yeah.
A lot of number crunching this time.
A lot of number crunching, but trust me, it
tried to
might
hide
be
it.
a little bit tedium to go through as a listener, but trust me, they're going to need it going forward because I made it very clear. And I'll say this for anybody who's interested in running Winter of Adam. This is the Cleansing Fire main quest. Make sure your players are prepared for it because even though we haven't actually run into any combat yet, trust me, there's a huge difficulty spike. Make sure your players are prepared.
We did kick a group of ghouls' ass in a rad blizzard one time.
This is
And
true.
the red scorpions.
I had
Yeah,
nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you had nothing to do with that.
I can't claim credit for that.
Or can you, through my contract?
Oh,
I have killed a lot of people in Southern California. But that's not good. That's not the point.
yeah. There's no point. All right. Well, Twitch, this is where we're going to rate somebody, but YouTube, we'll say goodbye here. Bye, YouTube.